Good afternoon, everyone. It's David Paul speaking. It's the 2nd of August. We're well into the American session. Those of you that watch charts intraday will see that the US market and the Dow is sitting at an incredibly important support level. The advice on VectorVest is that this is not a buy day. VectorVest does not advocate buying stocks at this time until that support in fact is confirmed. But to pass the afternoon, I've in fact on the American market written a very simple search in our UNISEARCH tool, and this search finds shares that are in the throes of a strong trend. Now the comfort index on VectorVest measures a share that's in the throes of a very strong trend with little volatility on a scale between 0 and 2, and if I've got a comfort index in this case of greater than 1.4, that's a share that is trending strongly with little volatility, that has got the characteristic of showing a great deal of resilience to a turn down. I've asked the computer to find shares that are also on a VectorVest buy recommendation, but very importantly I'm sorting all of the shares that this search finds by relative safety. Now relative safety is VectorVest's proprietary metric that measures the safety and the predictability of the earnings, and it puts those shares to the top of the list that have got the best track record of making money consistently over 5 or 6 years into the past. So what I found is that from this search I've found shares that are in throes of a strong trend, that have got a strong history of making money, and if the general market is rising, that's a really good place to be. So the first thing to do would be to have a test. So if I go back in time, as I can on VectorVest USA for 20 years, but I want to go back to the 16th of May, which was when VectorVest said that the American market started its last upturn. And if I go back to that day and I run a test on that day, there's the shares that will come up out of this search. As I say, it finds shares, all the relative safeties are incredibly high, and the CI greater than 1.4 on a scale between 0 and 2 find shares that are trending strongly. If I were to test the top 10 of those, I see that the American market is up 1.9% in that period, while this particular search is up 8% in that period, which is 40% annualized. Now there's one share that fell out of bed completely, and it was down 31%, and folks, you should never ever take a 31% loss. But if you'd been hit by a number 27 bus, the portfolio is still up. Okay, so I just want to look now at the shares that come out of this portfolio today, and if I now go to yesterday's date, should I say, and click the button and run the search, some very interesting prospects come out of this, and I'm now going to chart these 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the top 10 of them. There we go. Chart these, internet permitting, and there we go. Ross Stores has had a great run, folks, and this share, I've got the stochastic down below. Just take that off for a second, and the most important thing in the stock market, the most important 3 words in the stock market: earnings, earnings growth, and earnings safety. Now all of the shares in this particular search have a very high earnings safety, because that's a big part of relative safety. But as you can see, this share made a double bottom type formation here, and to me, if the general market rights itself, and that's a big if, then this share looks to me as if it wants to go much higher here, like that gap out of that consolidation. So that looks good to me, making rising bottoms, and if you were to put moving averages or something on there, you would find that it's trending strongly above the moving averages. So just a break above that high I think will go here. I really like this share because it's showing an incredibly strong technical setup. It's on a buy today, it's just turned to a buy, and as you can see, earnings per share growing strongly, but a very strong reverse divergence. Now, reverse divergence I struggle to get across, but a friend of mine calls it a slingshot. We've got the price making a rising bottom, but the indicator makes a falling bottom right down in the oversold, and that to me looks as if this wants to move up the page. Remember, the front page of VectorVest says that this is not a buy day as yet. That bottom that I think the Dow is making has not been confirmed, and August is a difficult month, but that looks really good to me. ALGN has pushed up the page strongly, also making a rising bottom. Stochastic is down in the buy area, earnings per share, and that's had a great run. This share I'm holding. CNC, healthcare company, and it looks to me as if this wants to break up the page strongly. And as you can see, we've got this exactly the same pattern. Price is rising here in the throes of a strong uptrend, but the stochastic is following. So what you could do with this search, folks, is that you could actually just simply buy the top 10, or you could actually finesse a swing trade entry, and that's what I'm trying to do. But it's a exceptionally simple search that finds shares that are trending strongly with exceptionally good fundamentals, and in this mature bull market, that's a very, very good place to be, and the computer finds them in seconds. I hope this helps. Thank you.